So, as has been kind of the tradition and routine, forgot to mention a couple things, some highlights. I'm gonna kind of roll them in all into one section throughout the past couple of days. So, forgot to mention on the rainforest hike, Daniel, he was our tour guide. He was a really cool guy. Absolute tower of a dude. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. He was 6'5", had yams that I never knew could exist on a human being ever. That was a nut. Like, he could crack a nut with them things. Crazy. But he was really cool. He was very knowledgeable, did a really great job. And also because, again, we are just kind of a problem, somehow convinced him after the hike to stop to get some food because we were really, really hungry, and that wasn't planned. It wasn't part of anything, but he did pull up, and it was kind of his fault though, because he did mention like it was a National Onion Ring Day, and then I was like, take me there now. So he was very accommodating. We went there was 2 other people who actually hung with us for the 5-mile bike ride, because it was kind of like a 2-section thing. We did the waterfall hike, and there was a pretty large group. I don't know, I think there was like maybe 10 of us, something like that, which also because we're a little bit of a problem, kind of took over the whole thing, because we were at the waterfall, we enjoyed it, we sat there, it was fine, but then we're like, okay, I'm over it. So Carly and I started walking back without everybody, which of course had this man like panicking, because he's responsible for making sure everybody is okay and like not getting lost and stuff. We started rolling out, and so we started like reeling all the troops in and heading our way. And we didn't go too super duper far. I mean, we got like a bit ahead, but then we would chill like and just make sure everyone was behind us. And this man's like, I'm not about to lose my job today, kind of thing. So but after that, he had to drop off all the people who were not participating in the bike ride afterwards, and it was just us and a couple from Wisconsin, and they were really nice people, a lot of fun to talk to, you know, Midwest representation here. But yeah, so we had to stop to get some food because we were all real hungry, and Wisconsin, you know, they were down for it. Took us to a really nice like little like picnic spot, like overlooking like a canyon or whatever, and was chilled there. Did our 5-mile bike ride, which was crazy easy. I mean, kind of, actually, like I'm talking it down. It was actually kind of scary as hell, and the road was a little bit sketchy. It's really tight, it's very windy, the bikes are going so fast because it is like all downhill, so like there's not a lot of like effort as far as like leg work, but just look at these pythons, like you gotta be gripping that fucking brake and paying attention. And the potholes were unacceptable in some spots. Like, we thought like we were gonna eat shit a couple times, but no, it was fine. We ended it and came on back. Snorkel sale, forgot to mention, which was today. Just met the most amazing lady there. She was so freaking sweet. Her name's Yee. Easy Yee, that's what we're calling her. She does reside in California. She's a super smart Berkeley girl. She's like a scientist or something. Actually, I may have mentioned this in another video, I don't know. But I just have to highlight her again. She was so dang sweet, and she was super scared, and she was like way braver than I was. Like, she actually like went out like far with everybody else, and Carlitos and I were like, nah. Like, we kept getting like lectured because I can't keep my legs straight apparently to like work the flippers very good. So we mostly chilled in the boat. We got in the ocean, we enjoyed. It was really cool. But yeah, we're just gonna chill on the boat and drink these Mai Tais. Like, so that's what we did for the most part. But she was fun. We chatted with her like quite a bit, and actually had some really cool like deep conversations, which was just awesome. And I'm not sure like where she's like from initially. I know she's in California now, but she's definitely like, you know, Asian of some sort, definitely accent. She was speaking to her colleague who was there, because she was actually here on a work thing. It was a conference, and she was just taking like a little bit of time to like do something fun before she actually had to go straight to the conference afterwards. She maybe had like half a drink, and she was feeling pretty toasty. It was cute. And yeah, we had some deep conversations. Like, she just happened to bring up, like, you know, how her husband, he was back at home, and they had initially planned on coming here together, but like it just didn't work out for one reason or another. And got on the topic of, you know, they've been together for like 15 years, and I think she's like around my age, you know, so like they've been together for a really long time, since they were very young. And how it's just like they barely speak, they barely see each other, like maybe 5 minutes a day, they eat separately, they sleep separately, and I'm just like, fucking relatable. So it just like really hurt her out and how she was feeling, and I was just like, because I think you know me by now, I was like, listen to me right now. I said, you keep doing that, it's gonna die. I know, because I've done it. I've been there. You just keep focusing on just the grind, work, just floating through life like Groundhog Day, basically. You become disconnected, and sometimes you just like literally can't come back from it, which doesn't mean that's a bad thing, but that it's absolutely true. And I told her, I was like, you have to make the time. I know you're both very busy. They both have very, very demanding jobs. Like, you know, they're like a lot of people, working 40 plus hours a week, very driven, you know, trying to get that money. Totally understand. But you have to make the time, period. People you love, people in your life, people you care about, you absolutely have to intentionally set time for one another, so you don't become like that, disconnected, to the point where you're just like roommates. Not even roommates, like you just are kind of coexisting. Not even together, just like parallel. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I just wanted to be real with her, and also like let her know like I 100% understand, and maybe give her like a little bit of insight for some random white girl from Michigan, basically, who doesn't really know anything at all. But I hope it resonated with her. I feel like it did. I mean, we laughed a lot together, and just really chatted, and it sounded like she kind of took in what we were chatting about, and she wanted to throw me a Facebook, request, which I thought was really sweet. She's like, well, I'm not really on Facebook. She's like, but you should add me, and so, yeah, now we're friends, and I hope we can stay in touch, because I'm invested now. I need to know what's going on in her life, and hope she's okay, and hope she's happy. She's got an 11-month-old daughter, and she's a really special person, I can tell. Like, she's a real genuine person, and I can tell she's exceptional, and she 100% deserves the absolute best and happiness. And I told her, I was like, you know what, like, if we need to, get your husband on FaceTime and I'll have a talk with him right now, because like, even if you're really super duper busy and it's not always easy to coordinate some time, like, the least he could do is maybe send you some flowers at work from time to time, or just, again, this has been kind of a common theme through some of these little talks I'm having with y'all. It could be something small. It doesn't always have to be big and extravagant, and you know me, like, everything I do it big. Like, I'm just kind of like that. I'm really extra. I like to think in all the best possible ways. Some people don't really know how to take it, And I like to joke a lot and laugh a lot. I think I'm funny. I'm probably really not. But yeah, even a small thing, it really matters so much. It goes so far. Even just writing like a note, like just leaving a little note in the morning. That's all it has to be. It's just like, I love you. Hope you have a beautiful day. Like, you have to express that love and that appreciation, because it's easy to forget, especially when it goes for so long. And then you get to a point where, like, you're not gonna express it because you're not feeling reciprocation. It's really important. And then when there is no reciprocation, and then you're at a point where, like, you don't even want to, like, do those things anymore, because why would you? That connection will die out. And it doesn't matter if that's, like, the person that you are a partner with, like, in a romantic way. A sibling, a parent, a work colleague, like, it goes around, because humans are social people, and we have a very complicated array of emotions and the way we think, and, like, there's a lot of chemicals involved and all sorts of scientific and spiritual shit. Like, I can't really give you all the words for. I'm sure you have an idea, but just keep that in mind. If there's somebody who's really important to you, or special to you, or you care about in whatever way, be intentional. Like our guy, Donnie V, on the ship tonight at the cruise. Again, I have to re-emphasize, really cool dude, super real. And for some reason, like, our interaction, which I wanted to interact the way that I did, because it was just fun. And, you know, he was one of the few people vibing, because, like, Tiny Vestman, the manager or whatever, like, he was having a hard time. He was having a hard time with me. But Donnie V, he was picking it up. Like, he was cool. But just for some reason, and as we interacted more and more in the night, like, I just felt like he just really appreciated and really needed the communication we had. And in fact, we're Facebook friends now too. And, you know, he did mention, like, hey, like, that was one of the best times I've had in a really long time, and, like, really appreciate it. And I'm just like, hey, I was like, you were hands down the best part of that whole thing. And I just felt like maybe he's been in a tough spot, like, lately. Maybe he's been feeling down and just having, like, somebody who gives a shit. And I'm a total stranger, like, absolute stranger. Just someone who gave a shit for 2 seconds. Maybe gave him a little bit of an extra breath there. And maybe that's sounding, like, really egotistical and self-serving, and I'm really not trying to come off that way, like, oh yeah, like, I changed somebody's life. But you know what I mean? I felt like that was a cool thing, and something happened there for sure. So look out for your people, take care of your people, and take care of yourself most importantly, because if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not loving yourself, you can't do a fucking thing for anyone else. So that's not selfish, by the way. This is coming from a people pleaser. You have to have those boundaries. Being a people pleaser is fine-ish. You have to have your boundaries, and you have to take care of yourself. You cannot sacrifice self for anybody else, because you're doing no good for anyone else if you're not doing good by yourself, doing right by you. I don't care who says what. That is not selfish. Take care of you so you can take care of others. You build your community, you build that love, and magical things happen. So, sorry to sound super lame, but for some reason I have to have like these little late night, what I think are deep chats, and I'm just trying to just say how I'm feeling and just keep it real. So anyway, I love you. I gotta go shower again and get up in the morning, fly out. Hopefully everything's easy breezy, cover girl, and yeah, we'll be in touch.